Hey guys, welcome back to another Danny's Corner. I'm here with Danny, the man himself, our construction manager here for Neighborhood Ventures. Danny, thanks for chatting with us today. So today we're going to talk about cabinets because there's nothing else that really makes as big of an impression, I think, as brand new, beautiful white cabinets. So tell me a little bit about the cabinets that we use here for the Neighborhood Ventures units, especially here at Venture on Eldon.
Well, we're using white shakers. They're still popular, you know.
Nice.
Well-built, solid wood assemblies and dovetail construction. As you can see here, we have them in storage, and we ordered them months ago because we're seeing the supply chain issues.
Right, yeah, that definitely has been an issue. So I love that you said you guys assemble them yourselves.
Yes.
So they come in different pieces and you guys just put them all together.
Yes.
Nice.
We save money that way. We have a huge warehouse where we get them from. Like I said, we've had them in storage for a while. So we have all of them here now, and we're about halfway through assembly with all 16 units. So we have about 8.5 units done.
And explain dovetailing to me, because I don't know what that process is really like.
It's basically a locking system.
Okay.
As you can tell here, it's the way they go together. So it's a simple system. If you do it correctly, it just requires locking them together and a couple nails on each end.
I love that. So it doesn't take a bunch of hammering, nailing. It keeps it really clean like that. You have the one little staple on the side because they're built that way.
That's the idea, and that's how they're built, and that's how they're meant to go together.
I love it.
Some people run nails all through the face frames, and then they come through and caulk them or paint them or whatever. That's not the correct way to do it. We do it right. We do it professionally.
I love it. Okay, so that's step one is assembly. Step two is installation.
Installation, yep.
Okay, and we have another unit where you guys are installing some. So
We're just starting the kitchen now, yes.
Let's go over and check it out.
All right.
All right. Okay, so we're here for installation, step two. So what's the biggest thing, what's the most important thing for the installation that you guys do?
There's a prep process. You know, we need to make sure, most importantly, that we have them level. You know.
Okay.
We come through, check the areas of the floor, make sure that they're level. If not, we need shims. We need to shim them and adjust them to where we need them.
Okay, what's a shim?
Very important.
What is that?
It's a spacer. It's a wood spacer that brings up or lowers the cabinets where you need it. So we get the countertops perfectly level.
Even, right.
Very important for our countertop installation.
Cool. Okay, so what else do you guys do? Because obviously they don't look like this. I mean, you put handles on them, knobs on them. What else goes into this step? This kind of putting them all together. After
the countertops go on, you know, at this point, the only real challenge is the floor and the corners. We need to make sure our corners are, and then we need to adjust accordingly. Sometimes the plumbing isn't always in the right spot. Sometimes we have to move that over, make modifications for that. Sometimes our outlets have to be raised for our backsplashes, that type of thing.
Okay, interesting.
Or moved. But aside from that, it's a pretty simple process.
So they're kind of like little puzzle pieces, right?
Yeah.
Each cabinet piece itself has to kind of be fit in where they're all gonna go.
Right.
Okay, and so then the final process in all of this is just kind of letting it all kind of come together and be the finished product. That white glove kind of process that we talked about earlier of making everything really, really smooth and perfect. Yeah. So why don't we go over to another unit and see the completely finished product.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Okay, so we're here in what is the final step. We're in an almost completely finished unit and everything looks amazing. So tell me some of these kind of final steps that you guys do in here.
Well, I think where we left off was after we install the cabinets, next step is to install our cabinet doors and drawers. And our scribe, which is pretty much, as I spoke about before, the floors and the walls aren't always level or square.
Okay.
Sometimes we have a little bit of space that shows, and rather than try to caulk it, we have what's called scribe, which is basically like a 1/2-inch piece of trim to hide that, and it hides it well. Then we just caulk right over it and it blends really well.
Okay, so it's almost like you guys even it out and then you kind of hide it so no one has to see that you evened it out.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting,
Exactly.
Very cool. And so you put the doors, the drawers in, and it's something that I think is so cool about this feature is that it has the soft close. So do you guys have to install anything with that, or it comes already like that?
No, the hardware comes like that.
The hardware comes like that.
We make sure we order hardware with the self-close, the drawers and the doors.
I love that. What an awesome feature. I'm sorry, that just like blows my mind. I think that's so cool. And so then obviously we get the handles on here. That's one of the final touches you guys do?
Well, and then final, as far as the cabinets go, we just make our final adjustments to the doors and the drawers, make sure what we call our reveal, which is our spacing on the bottom is even throughout, consistent. And that's pretty much it.
Very cool. And then lastly, what about the counter? Is that the final thing that goes on?
That's the final, and as I spoke of before, very important to make sure you install the bases nice and level. Make adjustments if you need to, because it makes it so much easier when the countertops go in.
Absolutely.
They have to be perfectly level.
I love it. Wow, so it seems like really the things that are super important here are the leveling out and making sure everything is nice and even.
Exactly.
I love it. Well, whoever gets to live in this gorgeous unit and enjoy these cabinets in this beautiful kitchen is going to be very lucky, because it looks so gorgeous, and I think these beautiful bright white cabinets really add so much to this unit. So Danny, thank you so much for walking us through the cabinet installation, assembly, and the final touches. This was awesome.
You're welcome.